the Maastricht station waiting for our KLM bus to take us from Maastricht to Schiphol and from there to Copenhagen. What we've just found out is, although it says boarding is at 4:05 for the bus, it's not. The bus isn't even here. We called up KLM and they said that it's coming at 5, which is when it's supposed to be leaving. So, little tip for you, don't wake up an hour earlier. Wake up maybe 30 minutes earlier.
Or listen to your husband and come a bit later.
Wow, it looks great. How do you pronounce it again?
Smørbrød.
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 It's long tradition. We got the rye bread. It's a long Danish tradition to eat this with anything. Yeah. We actually have like cooks. It takes like 4 years. It's what's called education to make this kind of food.
Really?
So yeah, it's part of our culture.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was really good. I had a trio of smørbrød, which is like open-faced sandwiches. Rob had a roast beef smørbrød. We both had beers, and then we shared chips, and it was 241 kroner, which is like 30 euro. It's very good. Recommended for Danish food.
I stopped by the bookstore to buy a copy of The Little Prince in Danish, a book of fairy tales by Hans Christian Andersen, and a Danish grammar book to help me read them. This Instagrammable harbour in Denmark, pronounced Nyhavn, was bustling with life. The river was flanked by colorful, narrow houses made by Dutch architects in the traditional Dutch style on both sides, and there were cafes and restaurants to suit every fancy. We then did one of our favorite things to get to know a new city. We went on a walking tour.
Denmark have been fighting for the last 1500 years, more or less. But you put all of those wars together, it would be 150 years uninterrupted of warring. Everything Danes do, they do it for 3 reasons. To protect themselves from Sweden, to impress Sweden, or to piss off Sweden. Everything Swedes do, they do it for 3 reasons too. You can imagine what those reasons are. It was inspired by a very famous Danish folktale, the tale of Nyhavn and the merman.
It's based on a story where a woman falls in love with a merman, gets turned into a mermaid, has 7 sons, and then leaves them. So their arms are outstretched, waiting for her to return. Dun, dun, dun. Just told that until recently construction workers could drink on the job, and those are the results. Louise from the Copenhagen Free Walking Tour.
After the walking tour, we went to Freetown, Christania. It started in the 70s when some homeless people squatted in empty buildings and declared themselves independent of Denmark. Surprisingly, the Danish government humored them.
So according to Christianites, this is Christania. Over there is Copenhagen and the EU. Which is kind of like a dump, but anyway, we went there.
Yeah, it was like a tick the box thing. This is the wishing tree from Yoko Ono, who was John Lennon's partner or wife. So you put a wish on here, and I think the thing is, if it actually blows off the tree, the wish comes true.
Oh.
That's my understanding. So
I shouldn't have put it on so tight.
well, no, eventually it comes off. I mean, they wear out. You can barely read that, of course, but...
And this is mine.
So I wish for harmony and peace between all people. Nikki's wishes are that we keep on living the wonderful life that we have.
Yeah. Together.
Yeah.
Next, we went to Papirun, which is basically a big warehouse filled with Danish street food. The food was cheap by Danish standards and incredibly delicious.
This is the best sushi I have ever had, and I'm Asian. I was on my way to get the drink for Rob and me when I got distracted because the sign that I saw on the stand right next to it was creme brulee donut. How can you not stop? Second day here, and also unfortunately our last day. The street food place, which is amazing. If you, it is definitely a must-see if you go to Copenhagen before the end of the year, because it's supposedly closing down. I had the best sushi ever.
Then we went off to the street food, which was terrific, really was.
Yeah.
Thoroughly recommend Copenhagen.
Yes, we do. We're already thinking of going back. And then we'll find ourselves back at the street food market, no doubt.
Where I'm going to have Danish style hot dogs.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to have sushi again, even though it's not very Danish.
One's Danish, one isn't.